Hi everyone, Crafty Kara, and I'm here because, well, we're going to do a January update with some whips, new starts. I'm going to try to not make it so long. So, if you can see right now in front of you, this is Snow White. So happy I finally have her done. She's 100% complete. I finished her on the 22nd. It was a little earlier than I thought. The hard deadline was the 28th because she would be 4 years old. So I wanted her done by then. So let's see if I can take you closer for some of them. There's Snow White and the deer. And of course, oh, there's some more. There's the bunnies. All these French knots. So there's some there. Whole bunch down here. Take you back out. I really love this waterfall, and it just looks pretty. The cabin looks really nice, and I don't know if you can see, I mentioned in the last video, there's some of the tools that the doors use. And here's some more deer and more French knots. And then, oh, this castle. And I'll see if you can see all the sparklies in it. Thread Heaven saved my life. That's all I need to say about that. But yes, she's all done. Sorry I don't have the finished picture here, but oh. This does look better than the photo. However, it looks better on the camera than it does in person, and I don't know why, but it does. It's still, I'm so glad it's done. It says 16. It's supposed to be 16 by 12. However, I didn't measure it before I washed it, which I hand washed my sink, and it's now, or excuse me, it's now 11.5 by 15. So I'm trying to find some options to frame without having to get a huge frame, because I want to do more and I don't want to have to put them all in ginormous frames. So that's why she hasn't been framed yet, but I am in the works of figuring that out. But I had to, once I finished that, I had to work on my husband's Star Trek. And this is from DeviantArt Black Lupin, which I have a link in one of my other videos, I believe. And you can get each one of these individual. And this one was by itself. But I wanted to do it all. Once I saw one, I wanted to do it all. And that's finally done. So 2 huge finishes for January. Yay! So Sulu was the last one I had to finish. And again, he looks really good. Each of these characters have less than 8 colors. And I think even with no back stitching, there's a lot of detail in just those colors. Because I thought I might actually have to add back stitching, but none was needed. I just really, really love how this turned out. I'm going to be framing this in a 12 by 12 frame because it's about 11.5 by 11.5. This is on 36 count. I want to say Lagana, but it's an even weave. And it was supposed to have silver sparkles in it, but not all of them stayed. But it was my first even weave project. My first non-kitted project. Like I actually had, buy all the threads and things like that. So this is my first attempt at that. So this is really fun. And I really enjoy even weave. Though some of my hoop lines, which it wasn't even a hoop very long. I'm going to have to find another way to get those out. Because there's some there. But we'll see. I'm just glad it's done and I can do that for him. Sorry. Now, I guess new starts. I jumped the bandwagon with everybody else, it seems like. And I decided to join the Frosted Pumpkin Storytime Sampler. And I haven't really done much because I was so focused on Snow White and Star Trek that I've only done a few stitches because I had to. So, and I am doing it on the recommended color Storm, which I still have it on here, except it is an 18 count instead of 16 count. I just wanted to do it a little bit smaller, and I like the coverage of an 18 count. 16 count's still really good, but, and there's the start of one of the frames, and I did buy the floss, because see, here's my little container, because I might have showed these before, but I made a copy of the first page, shrunk it down, and it goes inside, so that way sit on my shelf, I know which one's which. And I just jot down the release date real quick. Oh yeah, there's the size, so if it's going to be like a 7.5, well, 7.25 by 10 when I'm done. And all the floss, and forgive me for just a second here, so I adjust how I'm sitting. A lot of my bags I've already numbered like this, which I do plan on using Trisha's bag storage system. I mean, like, I've already stored them in bags, but I'm about printing those little cards that go inside. But for the kits, this is what I like. I don't know if I still have it. Here we go. I took the color key there, because I accidentally printed an extra one out for whatever reason, and I just cut out the symbol and the number. It was luckily all together. Cut it out, and then I just took a piece of tape and taped it on. So look how easy it is for me to go through here and find what I want. Oh, this one doesn't have one yet because it's on a next month probably. But again, and what I was trying to say, if I keep my thoughts together, is that this is the first time I bought Week Dye Works. So I bought these a couple weeks ago from 123 Stitch. I could have got them at my local needle shop, but I saved a lot more when I bought them online. So I have no problem supporting my local needlework store, excuse me. But, you know, I'd have to save where I can. So I bought, was it Grits? There's that one to focus there. That's Cattail. The plastic's really throwing it off. And there's Parchment, 1110. This one is 1139. Look how pretty that pink is. And Seafoam, 1166. So those are all in there ready to go. But again, this is from Picture This Plus, if you guys don't know that already. But again, 18 count, so it's a 13 by 18, so plenty of room. I do like the color, and I like how they pop, and I can't wait to see some of the other characters, because we just found out that Secret Garden came up, and I'm hoping this will be Anna Green Gables. Anna Green Gables. So that was my new start, something I really want to work on some this month. Excuse me, try to get caught up before then the third month comes out, but that's that. Also, this really not an update, but to show you guys I haven't forgotten about this, is the Hay design that I was supposed to, I started for the original Hay Stitch Along on December 1st. I did start stitching 2 over 1, but I didn't like it at all. So I set it down for a while, picked it back up, and started stitching 1 over 1 after I picked like 400 stitches. And so hard that you can't see that real well. But I like it a little bit more. I just haven't been able to dedicate time to this yet. But again, now that Snow White is done and Star Trek is done, I have a little bit more time to dedicate to my other projects. So, and again, this is only a 3x5. This is the Freebie Furry Animal. And it's, where'd it go? 125 by 81 stitching. So, haven't forgot about it. And again, just to quickly show you, that's what I've done with its box, because it is bigger, of course, than Frosted Pumpkin, as you can see. So again, I put the photo inside, and see there's what I'm stitching it on, 25 count antique white Lagana. And here's all my threads. So I just find it's easier to tear to pull the color off and put it back in the bag. I don't have to wind. It's made things go so much faster. And one more. Again, haven't worked on her much since the beginning of the month, but I did start the stitch along that Mrs. Milky Bar started. And I think I might have shown her recently. Oops, upside down. This is Nora Corbett's Rose from the Pixie Couture collection. So that's what she's going to look like. So I got quite a bit done in a week. Again, so now that Snow White and Star Trek is done, I should be able to dedicate more time to her. I'm hoping if I spend another week on her, she'll be done, because I just have the wings and her upper body. So, and this is on 16 count Aida, hand dyed by myself. First time I dyed something, just trying it. So I really wasn't sure about it until I started stitching it, and I do enjoy it. So I apologize about the hoop marks. But this has been color fast, or since I've done it, it's not going to come out. So that will all wash or iron out one way or the other. But yeah. Now, quickly, so I don't waste any more time, I want to show you. Oh, I thought I had it up here. What did I do with it? Hold on just a second here. Oops. I did join the, if I can get my thoughts together, I joined the Wonderfully Hopeless's sals that she's done on Cross Stitch It's Fun, so I call them Fun Sals from the group. And I did the Valentine's one, and I did it this weekend even though I wasn't part of the Hangouts. And this is what I got. So we should show it a little clearer than that. I don't have the actual magazine with me. I left it at my mother's when I was making my working copy. But it's out of the February 14 Just Cross Stitch issue called Love and Hearts. And so it's not black work, but I guess it's really more embroidery if you think about it. It's got a whole bunch of little scrolls kind of looking there, some flowers, some leaves looking kind of things. It took me 2 nights to do this, and instead of doing it one over with one strand, I did it with 2. I just like that it made it a little bit more bold. Not sure what I'm going to do with it. Could make it into a card, small little pillow, but I chose my own color and I used 601. It was a nice dark bright pink, so that's what I got from that. So yay, finish and a start all in one. So for the next one, which is the Gloria and Pat. You know, I'll be honest, I'm not a huge fan of Precious Moments, but I thought I'll look on their website, see what I can find. Well, I found this one, so I'm trying not to show you the pattern there. It's called I Love You. I thought, oh, I'll do that, even though it's after Valentine's Day, you know, that'd be perfect. However, I recently went to a Goodwill out of my town and found some cross stitch, and as I looked at this, I bought it. I was like, I love it. My grandmother loved gnomes, and my mom had mentioned a print that had this on it, so when I saw it, I just knew I had to have it. But it's got these patterns in it too. Gnome, to know me is to love me. Gnome, sweet gnome, gnome front and back, and there's no place like gnome. How cute. This is from 1979, but as I was looking at it, adapted by Designs by Gloria and Pat. Hello! How cool, because, oops, sorry, did not mean to do that, because that's when I started reading about it. So I might do this one instead for the Gloria and Pat one. It is a little bigger than I wanted to do, but it's something that I just have to do sometime this year. It's still fairly simple. There's not a whole lot of colors in it. But yeah, that's my plan. So I have a little bit of haul on that came along with that. This I got at Goodwill, 99 cents. got some neat little patterns in it. How cute. And this one, forgive me, came from October of '98. Oh, those are neat too, like little pillows. Then this here is, oops, sorry, contest favorites from Leisure Art Magazine. They look fairly simple. This one, I wasn't too keen on the designs, but I'll show you why I had to buy this. Introducing paper cross stitching. So you see all little window, like 3D flowers. This little 3D kind of dresser. But this is why I had to buy it. The paper was never, sorry, I don't want to show you a pattern. The paper was never ever used, never cut. So I had to buy that so I can try out stitching on paper. Then God's little instruction book for Mom and Dad. So it's got like a, I don't want to say 100, but it's got a lot of quotes because there's some there and there's more on the inside. And there's just too many for me even to start reading them off because there's so many different quotes from the Bible, but I really like that idea. And then this book was, I think, $2. Forgive me, I don't want to. Oh, I'm trying to. Oh, this was a neat design. Little tree. The matting would cost, I think, a lot to have it cut like that. Oops, sorry. There's that tree. Sings the 12 Days of Christmas, so thought that'd be fun. I also did, had to pick up some other things. Forgive me, I have to adjust. Okay, got this. I used a half-off coupon at Joann's. It's called ABC Fun. And it's got all these patterns in it. A baby alphabet, ballerina alphabet, this bunny one, which is why I bought it, a teddy bear. The dinosaur one I think is really cute. There's a Dolly one, and a Noah's Ark, which I'll see if I can find a better picture because it doesn't really do it justice, and space travel. So forgive me just a second, but there's the bunny one. Oh, it's just so darn cute. Here's a better picture of the dinosaur one. I don't think they show a really good picture of it. Oops. Now that I think about it. There's a kitty cat one. How did I miss that? There's a kitty cat one. But, apparently I'm not on my game, but there's a closer up picture. So, thing is, there was no unicorns on the ark, but hey, it's got elephants, and I think there's some giraffes, things like that. But that was fun. Had to buy that because it was half off. And I got this at Hobby Lobby. It was on clearance, of course. You don't need on clearance. I've seen a few of you talk about Biscornus, so I thought that I've stared at this a couple times when I've seen it because it's been on clearance for a while. And it's got some neat designs. Like I do like how there's such a variety. Like there's some really bright ones, but there's some really traditional and floral ones. So yeah, so, and it sounds like fun to do that. You know, maybe take a few days and make one. But for $3, I'll give it a try because it was originally $15. And you know me in magazines lately. Eugh. So I bought the card shop, cross stitch card shop. This is a winter one, I'm pretty sure. Issue 99, November, December. So the next one's their 100th issue, and I know that they're supposed to make that a big one. It probably already is out, just not here in the U.S. But this is your free kit. Can't wait to do that. These cards I so want to do. However, I looked up where you can get the aperture cards. they're not available here in the US, or she won't send them here. So I'm not too sure what I'm going to do about that. But let me see if I can find them real quick without, because I was like, oh, I have to have those, because now that I've stitched one card recently for somebody. It was my first card, and I really, really liked it, and you know, kind of had the, had the bug bite me for that. And so these just look so much fun. And I forget where it said to get them. Forgive me. Crafty cards, I think. Crafty spelled with an EE. And these are all specifically cut out for these, but and you can get them in different colors. But again, she won't ship them outside of the UK. But I do like those magazines, something small to do. I bought the cross stitcher. Oh, this is why I bought this one. Cute little pendant kit. This, a year in cross stitch. So sorry. I should be more prepared than this. But I think a lot of us are like this. My 2-year-old just fell asleep. So I was like, ooh, time to make a video. Now if I can just find the page that the calendars are on. That's gonna drive me bonkers. But when I'm not in the mood to stitch, I am so in the mood to stare at a magazine. I don't know if that's how you feel, but or I think especially now that I'm kind of been finishing projects, I don't know which one I want to start on next since I finished those two. Oh, it's driving me insane. I go there, here. There's a pineapple. There's adorable little giraffes. Look at that. Oh, finally. I didn't think they were this far back. Changing Seasons. You use a 4x6 frame. You print these off, and they tell you how to get that from their website. And these, how cute is that? Simple. And how, I mean, like on your desk at work or something like that. Yeah, it has all those there. But that's why I bought that magazine. Now this, since I only have a few more minutes, I want to tell you this really, really quick. I buy the World of Cross Stitching at Joann's a lot, and I noticed the last couple months the cellophane or whatever you want to call it that comes in has no printing on it. Like, here's World of Cross Stitcher, so you know it belongs to, I mean, not World of Cross Stitcher, just Cross Stitcher. This one belongs to that one there, so you know that was its original packaging. Well, I started to wonder why this was in a clear one, because your free gift, I think I still have her inside, was this time, and I thought I just had something like that. But when I looked inside here and it said free gift and it says calendar, I was kind of sad, because I had seen that online or through somebody's thing and I really, really wanted it. And I noticed that another magazine just like this that I bought last month had the same thing. It was not the excuse me, not the kit that it had said. So I emailed them. I was frustrated, but I was just trying to say, well, you know, is there a reason why we don't get the what's listed? And they kindly wrote back and said that there's many different circumstances that will cause that, but they were they found one of these that they can send me, and that they offered me a subscription for a year for $50. Well, it's less than $50. And this magazine alone costs $12. So less than 4 issues, and you get 13. So I'm like getting 9 issues for free. I can't wait to do that. So I'm really pleased with their response and allowing me to express that, and now I know why, and now I can get your Cross Stitching magazine in the mail with a free gift that they give everybody in the UK. So now for a very, very quick, well, different kind of haul, none of my magazines, but I got these on clearance at Target. I've seen a lot of you use them on Q-Snaps. I do have a small one. I do think I'm going to get a bigger one, some bigger pieces, and to hold the fabric. Thought that would be perfect. I have 2 of those, kind of one for each side. And this, I've been so waiting for this. I got this on clearance. You know me in clearance. So $12.48, normally $24. It's a cosmetic travel bag, okay? I'm not a huge fan of the color, but you know, there's a lot worse colors, I think. Excuse me. But it comes with a mesh side here. Zip. Room for so much. So, like, if we needed to take little Miss Rose with us, I can tuck her in. She's in, okay? Ouch. Sorry, my foot's going to sleep. On the other side, it's a vinyl pocket. Okay? And we're just gonna tuck in her and, you know, a few other things. Maybe the chart, the actual chart. And then here, look at this. It goes back and forth. It's vinyl on both sides, okay? And let's just say you can throw your floss in here. Or your needle or whatever. Fold it up. It zips up. And sorry, my light's in the way. You're good to go. I even thought if it's really small kits, you can have a kit on this side with its threads. A kit here with its threads. And you're golden, really. I mean, you could take this on vacation and have just about all you need for something that is worth doing on vacation. But I waited and waited for this because I was not going to pay $24 for this. But after I showed you the other that kind of hangs on the door or like on a knob or something, I saw this and I was like, oh. But I was like, I have to wait, have to wait, have to wait. So I finally saw it on clearance and yay, it's mine. So thank you. It's a little longer than I really was trying to make it, but thank you for subscribing. I have a giveaway going up, so make sure you watch it. It should be the video just before this. I have some things I'm wanting to give away for subscribing. So again, thank you everyone for watching. And I'll see you hopefully no later than next month with the February update. Oh, here's a new quote for you guys. GSD. Get stitching done. Okay? Talk to you later.